Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to Sit on My Bits. Today a quick little video on BinBot Pro. Now I'll be honest with you, I haven't used this since my last video. I've been concentrating a bit on expert option. So as you can see, the balance is still the same as what it was on my last video. But I mean, I'm fairly new to this. I presume a lot of you have already used this. But for anyone that hasn't, how it works is that you've got 10 robots here. As you can see, they've all got a different profit percentage. You pick a robot that you want, and then you let that run there, and then that will then look for trades and place trades for you. So it's sort of semi-automated. Initially, when I started, I was only using these top 4 robots because they had a higher profit percentage. So I was only using them. It was working for me fine. So I thought, let's not change it. The only problem with some of these is that, like this one, Crypto ADX, it needs a minimum of $3,000 in there to be able to trade. I think the others need 1,000. So on my last video, I tried using some of these bottom ones. Just to see how they work, see if they're any good, because I hadn't used it. So I've been using the top 4. They've been working well. So I thought, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But because I did a withdrawal and I didn't think to leave enough in there to carry on using like Crypto ADX, I didn't have that $3,000 in there. I was kind of forced to use these bottom ones, but they performed very well. Even though the profit percentage was lower, the win rate was still very good. So even though that profit percentage is lower, if you place enough trades, you're still getting, it's still the same, if not better. So what I was going to do is, I've had a couple of people ask me, so I'm going to do it again using just these 4 here. I think these are actually, a couple of these are different from what I was using before. So what I'm going to do is do it again, just using these bottom 4. I'm going to let them run. Now what I always say with this is, don't let them run and leave it and go away. I know that's ideal, is to be able to have something trading for you, making money, and you can just go away and be making money on a different platform, or go to work, or go out with the kids, or whatever else you want to do, take the missus out. But I always think with something like this, let it place some trades. When you click on these, you'll see the trades come up here. Let it place the trades. When it's placed the trades, turn them all off, wait for those trades to come in, and then depending on the success rate of those trades, whether to turn it on again or leave it off. If it loses all 4 trades, you don't want it then to do another and lose another 4 trades. I mean, as good as these robots can be, there's always that risk of the market suddenly changing, and it, you know, if the market's changed instantly like that, maybe by the time it's gone through the networks in the algorithm and everything else, it's too late on this. So I recommend place trades. You see here when it places the trades, once it's placed the trades, turn it off, wait for those trades to come in. I know it's a ball late, you've got to keep checking, but just to be safe, that's my personal recommendation. Then that way, if the markets do change and there is a losing streak, you're on top of it. You can stop it, leave it for a bit, and come back later on, or come back the next day, or whatever else. But it's like a safety net, just in case the market's changing, it all starts losing. You don't want to wipe your account out. So what I'm going to do, Blade Runner. I'm going to run this. You need a recommended $500 for that. So run Blade Runner, RVI and ANA. Run that one. Strong US version 2 and Strong ADX version 2. So those last 4. So if we scroll up here, yeah, I've got running here. Dogs are barking. You'll see here any minute now, when these find trades, they'll come up here. Hopefully my big fat mug ain't in the way. So let's just wait. Now these will now, as they're running, they're now looking for a possible trade. Yeah, there we go. There's 4 trades come up there. Okay, so now I'm going to turn them all off. Strong ADX, Blade Runner, RBI, Strong US version 2. They're all turned off. If we go to trade history, there you go. You can see the 4 trades there. Euro, USD. They're all puts. USD against the Swiss franc, USD against the Swiss franc. Two there. So hopefully, if one of them comes in, they're both going to come in, both at the same time. And then Euro, JPY. As you can see, the investment rate is 10% of your balance. So at first, when I first did it, I left it, kept all. I didn't withdraw for ages till I had about 50 grand in there, and it was placing like 5 grand trades. But obviously, I've done some withdrawals since then. I've only got, say, just under 2.5 grand, so it's placing $248 trades. So I'm going to leave them running. It's normally about 10% of your balance, and the trades are around 10 minutes. So I'm going to come back in about 10 minutes time and see what happens. If 3 out of 4 win or 4 win, I'll carry it on. If only 2 win, I'm going to turn it off. So yeah, I'm going to let it run. Let's go back to the robots. Let it run. See what happens, and then depending, you see my balance is now just under 1,500 euros. Depending on the outcome of what happens, whether I turn them back on or leave them off. Oh, just look, you got 24-hour customer support as well if you need it, which is always good. So yeah, so just a quick little video using the lesser robots again. I say I was quite surprised last time. I was a bit naive of me, I suppose, just thinking because they got the highest profit margin that they're going to be better. But I say they seem very good. So just trying it out again, just to see if it wasn't luck. And then I'm going to let them run for a bit, and then I'm going to pause the video, and I'll be back a bit later on with some results. But yeah, just a quick little video just showing the lower end robots on BinBot Pro. Okay guys, so I'm back. Those first lot of trades have come in, those first 4 trades. Now 2 have lost and 2 have won. Now I know I said that if 4 or 3 had won, I was gonna knock it on the head. Carry on, sorry. And if 2 had won and 2 lost, I was gonna stop. But because the 2 that lost were the same pairings, the Swiss against the US dollar, I'm gonna carry on because the fact that they were the same one, that's just unlucky. So what I'm going to do is, they both of these 2 robots have seen that as a possible winning trade. Something's gone wrong and they've both lost. So because of that, I'm going to carry on. I know I said originally that if 3 or 4 win, I'll carry on, and if anything less, I won't. But because they were the same pairing, I'm going to carry on. So not fantastic. 2 out of 4, but I say it is the same currency pairing, so I'm going to give it a chance, give it another go. So I'm going to go back to the robots. I'm going to run them again. So it's Blade Runner. Run that one. RBI and MA. Run that one. Strong US V2 and Strong ADX V2. Let's just check that they are all running. Yeah, all 4 of them there are running. You see they're running. So I'm gonna, what I do is this time, instead of stop starting, I'm gonna let it run. If it wins again, I'll stop it. If it what's the matter with me today? If it wins, if I get a good win rate, I say this time more than 2, then I'll run it again. If not, I'll stop it. But I'll probably, if it wins, I'll just carry on until I'm happy with it, rather than keep stop starting. But yeah, pretty simple really. But I say my advice is stop after it's placed each lot of trades, just to be careful. I mean, this is pretty good from what I've seen of it so far. I know it's been around for a long time. I've only been using it, probably half as long as everyone else. And it seems pretty good. But you never know. If the market's changed, you never know what's going to happen. So yeah, what I'll do is, there we go. 4 more trades have been placed there. So I'll turn them off, and then see how we get on, and what's going on there. Yeah, let me turn these off, see what's going on when they come in, and then whether I carry on trading or not, and then I'll give you an update with the results a bit later on. So if they come in, or 3 out of 4 come in, I'll do some more trades and so on, and then I'll start the video again at the end, and we'll see how we get on. There we go. It's come up again. Let's get it. It's a bit annoying that it keeps coming up, but it is good to know that you've got someone there if you've got any problems. So yeah, I'll pause the video, wait for these to come in, and then I'll update you at the end, depending on what's happened. So I don't know why I can't fucking speak today. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to let these trades run, depending on what happens. If 2 out of 4 or less come in again, I'll stop the video. stop the trade, sorry, and then just finish the video off. If they win, I'll run it again, and then I'll update you a bit later on. But yeah, just a quick little video just regarding using the lower end of the robots, the ones that are cheaper to need a lesser deposit, and yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't bother using them because I thought, oh, they're not going to be much good. But last video, because I had to use them because I'd done a withdrawal, I only had 500. Or I can't remember what I had in there. I didn't have enough for the top ones, Crypto ADX, the $3,000, but they perform well. So yeah, just another quick little video just regarding the lower end robots. Excuse me today, I had a really deep sleep last night and this really strange dream, and I think it's left me a bit dazed today. You know when you have one of them really deep sleeps where you wake up and you feel like you've been in a coma. So yeah, I don't feel with it. So excuse me if I'm a bit fucking gibberish. Anyway, I'll let this run and I'll be back with you shortly with the results. Okay guys, so I'm back. As you can see, not too bad really, the win rate to loss rate. You can see you've got the first 4 here with those 2 US Swiss trades that both lost. Then you've got another loss here. And then the rest are winners. So out of, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 trades, 3 losses. So yeah, I'll take that any day, to be honest with you. So yeah, and that's not bad really, and that's just the lower 4 robots. If we go back to the robots, okay, so yeah, you see now my balance is at 3,251. So what's that? That's about 800 quid up from when I first started, however many minutes ago. So yeah, not bad considering it's virtually sort of semi-automated really. But yeah, that's just using the last 4 robots there. So 109% profit rate, 104, 101 and 96. So in my view, they're just as good as those top ones. They're just as good, you know. So even though my balance was higher when I was using the top 4, but I had more money in. So considering that my balance is lower, it was at just under 2.5 grand. So obviously the trades are lower, 10% of each one's lower. So that's not bad. I know 800 quid probably doesn't sound a lot for half hours trading or whatever, but considering it's only doing 10% of my balance and my balance is low because I had a withdrawal, I'm happy with that. And what I think I might do is keep it in there again and build it up and build it up and build it up. So each time it's taking 10% of the trade, 10%, each trade's taking 10% of the balance. So I'm still not with it, you know. So if you've got say 30 grand in there and it's placing $3,000 trades, obviously you're getting bigger profit. Obviously at higher risk as well. Take that into account. But I think I might do that. If I get a losing spell, maybe I'll have a withdrawal, start again. But I think for now, what I'm going to do is do like I did before and keep going up using these last 4. I think because even though a couple of them are different, if I remember rightly from last time. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a dry spot. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 of them are different. I don't remember RVIMA. I think there was something bunny, because I remember it sounded like a porn film or a porn star or something. But yeah, even though they're a lower percentage, they seem to be performing just as well. The win rate's good, and they're making profit. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do, I say this review really, I say I haven't used this since my last video because I've been concentrating on expert. But this was again to show, because that's the first time last time that I tried using the lower end robots, and they do perform just as well. So what I think I'm going to do is carry on using them and try and get that balance up. So each time it's placing 10% of the trade. So as the balance is building, the trades are getting bigger, and that's obviously helping it build and so on. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's win-win. Anyway, if you want to check it out for yourself, BinBot Pro, I know most of you already have. Like I said, I was a bit late using it. There's a link below the video. If anyone's got anything, any of the other robots they've tried, maybe some of these in the middle here, HP Cycles, Rising East, something like that, or anyone that's had any good or bad results with any of these other robots, I'd be interested to know. But yeah, so far it's still performing pretty good, very well, shall I say. I'm not with it today. Excuse me, I'm not with it. My head's all spongy. But yeah, check it out for yourself. Link below the video. Give me a thumbs up if you like the videos, and don't forget subscribe if you're not subscribed for all the latest on trading platforms, what's happening with crypto and everything else. And I'll be back with you soon with more updates and reviews. But yeah, really, it's just a quick one. So I haven't used it since my last video. So the balance was the same, 2,400 and something. And I just wanted to try it out again. I've had a couple of people ask me about these lower ends robots, because obviously you need a lesser deposit amount, so they're probably quite inviting, even though the percentage rate isn't as great. But they're, the proof's in the pudding. They seem to be performing just as well. So yeah, why not? I'll carry on with them and see if I can build that balance up. So yeah, I'll give you another update soon. And yeah, still no news on this new software yet, but as soon as I hear anything, I shall let you know, and I'll be back with you soon. Thank you.